degrees at 1 point late this afternoon. Some encouragement to the Suns. The last three teams that lost game one at home came back and won the NBA Finals. The 91 Bulls, 88 Lakers, and the 84 Boston Celtics. Checking the starting lineups for Chicago. Michael Jordan, B.J. Armstrong open in the backcourt. Up front, Scottie Pippen coming off another outstanding game, and Horace Grant. They are on the front line. Bill Cartwright shot well again in the early going in game one. And there's the coach of the Chicago Bulls, 47-year-old Montana native Phil Jackson in his fourth season as Bulls head man. Dan Marley, Kevin Johnson in the backcourt. Suns look for Kevin Johnson to turn it around. Richard Dumas, who had a good one. Charles Barkley also looking for a bounce back in game two. And the center, Mark West, who played only 14 minutes on Wednesday night. Paul Westphal, the Suns head coach, 42 years old, finally got a shot. He was tabbed as Cotton Fitzsimmons' successor for years. He was a Suns assistant for 4 years, five-time NBA All-Star. Standout career with the Suns, Celtics, Sonics, and the New York Knicks. The officials, Jake O'Donnell, Jack Madden, and Joey Crawford. And we're ready for game number 2 of this best-of-7. Mark West and Bill Cartwright. The Suns control the opening tip. Kevin Johnson met at midcourt by B.J. Armstrong. Richard Dumas given the room. Barkley off the pick. Barkley from the outside is able to hit on his first attempt.
Get Barkley the ball, middle of the floor, much like Chicago likes to do with Michael Jordan. The same spot he hit the big side against San Antonio to win that series for the Phoenix Suns.
Johnson with the steal. Battled away by Jordan and scooped up by Pippen, leading to the fast break. Jordan, yes, and the game is tied at 2.
But that steal that time by KJ represents what Phoenix wants to do. They want to get out and pressure the Chicago Bulls.
The Bulls did an excellent job in stopping the penetration of Kevin Johnson in game 1. Horace Grant and checking. Charles Barkley and Jake O'Donnell calls the foul on Grant.
So dangerous in the middle of the floor, Charles Barkley, because he can make a jumper from there if you back off him far enough. Yet he has the potential with one dribble to get to the front of the rim, dunk the basketball, or create for his teammates.
Johnson had to change his shot as Grant came over to help out. Jordan tried to set up Grant.
KJ trying to make a little point of emphasis here, maybe an exclamation point at the end. Goes in to try and dunk it, but Grant at 6'10" bothers him.
B.J. Armstrong has come up hotly, got picked off by Mark West, who moved to center court to try and help out Kevin Johnson by setting a pick. The ball deflected out. It will be Phoenix possession.
I tell you, if BJ is hurt, that's only going to help the Phoenix Suns and KJ penetrate more.
Barkley from deep. The Suns and the Bulls are tied at 2. Oh, beautiful alley-oop for Scottie Pippen. A look-away thrown by Michael Jordan.
Not a bad look-away pass to throw it about 26 feet, put it on the money, and then it's nice to have a guy like Pippen to convert for you.
Here's Dumas. Hard driving move by Richard Dumas. The rookie from Oklahoma State did not play at all in Game 7 against Seattle. Tom Chambers started, went most of the way, but he came back strong in Game 1 of this series. Pippen lost it. Dumas with the steal. 3-on-1 for the Suns. So Phoenix with a 6-4 lead.
See, that's what I was talking about, the aggressive defense, because if the Phoenix Suns play aggressive defense, then they can get into their transition game, much like they just did there.
Jordan looks like Michael wants to get to it early offensively. He's come out shooting.
I think he's just looking it over right now. He's got to get his stroke down, see if he's got the good touch, good feel, but at the same time, he's willing to throw a few passes here early, get his teammates involved.
Suns and Bulls tied at 6. They trap Johnson. West for Barkley.
Phoenix into their style of play. The best for them, the open court. Some good interior passing by the Suns, and Grant, who already had one ticky-tack foul when he poked him in the eye early, that time trying to come over and help out on the rotation. A little late, 2 fouls on Horace Grant early in the game.
And Magic, in contrast to the way the Suns came out in game one on the tight side. Charles Barkley telling us after practice yesterday, he felt he was hyper, he felt the team was hyper. A different story thus far here.
Well, they're more relaxed, and also they're playing better defense.
Foul called. West came over, got a piece of it, and picked up the personal.
Now, this is a strong move by Phil Jackson to leave Horace Grant out on the floor this early with 2 personal fouls on him. No one knows the team better than the head coach who sees him every day in practice. But normally you would pull him out and substitute, so you happen to use the other 4 fouls for the rest of the game. Phil Jackson making a move of staying with him. He's got confidence in him.
Scottie Pippen only 3 for 9 from the line on Wednesday night. Gets on his first. Suns with a 9-7 advantage. Scottie Pippen 12 for 20, 27 points. A terrific all-around performance in the opening game of the series. Here's Chicago going to the trap. Marley protecting. And then fires down. Suns fortunate to come up with that loose ball, and Dumas has given Phoenix an 11-8 lead.
And you saw the long pass, something that's a trademark of the Suns team. When they're playing loosey-goosey like they like to play, you'll see a lot of long baseball passes. In fact, George Karl mentioned they're the best in the league at going over the top with long passes.
Jordan got the step. Cartwright had it knocked away, but a loose ball foul is called. That's the second on Mark West.
Well, here on the trap, you must be aggressive. You must attack when you're being trapped. And that's what the Phoenix Suns do. They are aggressive and get a dunk out of it. Anytime you trap, you must try to score against the trap.
Early departure for that man. Mark West played only 14 minutes. Hit 3 of 3 from the field the other night, but picked up the early 2, and Oliver Miller has come on and blocks Cartwright. Oliver Miller, the rookie from Arkansas, coming up with the rejection. Nice hesitation move by Kevin Johnson. So the Suns lead 13-8. Pippen right back. Yes, Scottie Pippen wasting no time getting down court. The Suns lead by 3 with 4 minutes gone by. And they have opened at a quick pace. It is Phoenix Suns pace here at the outset. Suns have made their last 5 from the field. Marley for 3. Pippen has Grant in the open floor. Yes, and it counts. So the foul is called on Kevin Johnson.
Eyes up all the time, see the floor at 6'7", Pippen can do it, and when you have a power forward who runs the way Horace Grant does, it pays off with some easy baskets in transition. And credits to Phil Jackson for leaving him on the floor, not taking him out. He knows his team better than anyone.
3-point play for Grant to tie the game at 13. This time light pressure by Chicago. Barkley was fouled.
Well, what Phoenix have done now, they move, what Chicago has done now, they move Scottie Pippen over to guard Charles Barkley and move Grant over to cover Dumas.
Number 34, Charles Barkley at the line.
And Barkley will shoot a pair. Charles has 5 points, 1 for 1 from the line, and 2 of 3 from the field.
And Magic, they opened up the game, the Grant-Barkley matchup. What did Phoenix do? Brought Barkley to the top of the circle to try and get Grant to have to guard him out in that area where he could beat him off the dribble. But as soon as Pippen went on him, they put Charles right down in the hole and posted him up. Charles bigger and stronger than Scottie Pippen.
Phoenix 15 and Chicago 13. Barkley switches off to Pippen. Now met by a double team. Grant Well, look by Scottie Pippen off the trap in the corner. And the game is tied at 15. Again, B.J. Armstrong looking to make Kevin Johnson work hard to get it across. And a foul on B.J. Will he get the call on the continuation? No, he won't.
They don't want Kevin Johnson coming back to the middle of the floor, so if he's going to get to the basket, his easiest path will be turning the corner. That time, B.J. ride him a little bit too much.
Al Barkley posting up. Charles Barkley able to hit the turnaround on Scottie Pippen. The Suns lead by 2, and Barkley off to a fast start. Joe Crawford with the whistle. And a foul against the Suns. It's on Miller. Timeout taken by the Phoenix Suns. We'll be back in a moment.
What if my name wasn't in lights? What if my face wasn't on TV every other second? What if there wasn't a crowd around every corner? What if I was just a basketball player? Can you imagine it? I can.
Well, in game 1 on Wednesday night, B.J. Armstrong did the job against Kevin Johnson. Johnson only 4 for 13 for his 11 points. B.J. hit 3 from downtown. And B.J. and the Bulls so successful in stopping the penetration of one of the best in the business, Kevin Johnson. We talked with B.J. about that and asked what are his plans for going up against Kevin Johnson here in game 2.
Well, I think, first of all, our team, our total team made an effort to know where he's at on the floor and know where he operates and tried to get acquainted with his game, his right to left crossover, his finish with his left hand at the basket. So our team was well aware of what he likes to do. And my main goal was to make him work from the time the ball was taken out of bounds to the time they set in their offense. And once he does give it up, not allow him to get the ball or make him work to get it that, that he's just out of sync.
Well, Bill Cartwright able to hit. And the game is tied at 17.
The little things that KJ pointed out go back to the conversation with Phil Jackson, coach of the Bulls, prior to the first game, saying that Richard Dumas hits a little 12-footer from the baseline, saying that knowing the players and the little things they like to do might be more important against Phoenix than actually the X and O part of it.
Pippen gets inside. Pippen on the follow. So both clubs are hot. Chicago 8-4-11. Phoenix 8-4-11.
Well, the first team that makes a defensive stand will take control of this game. So far, it's been back and forth offense on both ends of the court.
Game tied at 19. Here's Dumas. Back tap by Jordan. And Armstrong brings across. Just under 6 minutes remaining. First quarter. Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Magic Johnson, on Rashad, and a storm from America West Arena in Phoenix. Jordan with another opportunity. Crowd reacting. They felt that Jordan pushed Marley away as Marley went for the steal. That's a traveling violation call on Pippen.
Let's go back to the last play for Phoenix. You have the player coming over to set the screen. The defensive man, Cartwright, must stop KJ from getting to the middle of the floor. It's what Magic talked about in the beginning. They don't let him get to the lane area, but he still creates a shot for a teammate.
Chicago's 4th turnover, getting the ball back to Phoenix. Scott Williams guarding Charles Barkley. Williams coming out for the first time. Jordan for 3. Yes. Michael Jordan hitting from downtown. He now has 7 points. And Michael has just passed Magic Johnson as Barkley gets inside. Michael Jordan passing Magic for 5th place among all-time playoff scorers. He now trails Kareem, Jerry West, Larry Bird, and John Havlicek. Scott Williams rejected, and Miller comes away with it. Well, Magic, you're number 6.
Well, not bad. Yeah, what can I say?